It's 8 o'clock on the dot. Time to go live. Let's see what we do. Have some of our friends joining in. Go ahead and wave at this friend. We're super excited for tonight. We have Dr. Trev, who's going to be in the building. If you ever wanted to find out how to become a big time celebrity dentist, tonight is the night. Go ahead and wave at some people. My lovely wife. Hey, Tasha. Hopefully the kids are to bed. Gonna get things going, wrapping up our day here at the office. Had a great day, super busy, tons of dentistry. I think we saw 30 people today, guys, for just me. So everybody's tired. It's gonna be fun. Can't wait. Trev's just pulling up, waiting for him. We're ready to do this. Got so many people waiting to talk to him. And let's go. Trev, can you hear me? Getting there. So Trev's so big time, we had to beg him to take off work so he could do this. He's always super busy. We appreciate him checking in all the way from the West Coast. Cali, how does it?
Don't start today, man. Don't start today. What's up, my brother?
You know, whenever we get together, we got to act a fool. We just get to do it in front of a lot of people this time.
Can't do it together.
Come on, bro. Let's do it.
How's my home state treating you, man?
Hey, man, Florida's nice. It's, humid. Gets real hot, but we do what we can do. We spend most of our time inside trying to do some dentistry. So, but I'm excited to have you on the show, man. I appreciate it. Everybody, I asked this guy weeks ago, and he cleared his schedule. He made it happen. He had so many cases going on, and I really appreciate you joining the show, man. So let's go ahead and kick this off and get this started.
Anything for you, man. Anything for you. Thank you, brother. Thank you for taking care of my family. Most folks don't know this is actually my family's dentist, brother. So thank you for taking care of my family. I really appreciate that.
No, man, it's what we do, man. I'm just glad that you chose us here at West Sunrise Dentistry. We do what we can for our amazing community, and I'm glad that your family is just down the street, around the corner, and we're able to help them.
So if you're in South Florida, definitely West Sunrise Dentistry. Tap in.
Yeah, tap in. All right, so first question is going to actually be asked by my amazing assistant, Walea. Walea, come on in. What's that first question?
I'm in a hot seat. Oh, my God. Hi. Hello, young queen. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm excellent. I'm excellent. Talk to me.
So the first question is, tell the audience a little bit about yourself.
Got it. Cool. So Dr. Trevor Thomas, 2016 proud graduate of Howard University, College of Dentistry. I went there for undergraduate also. So spent 8 years of my life at Howard. I currently live in the Los Angeles area, also practicing primarily in Corona, California right now, just outside of Los Angeles. So yeah, that's me in a nutshell.
And then what's your favorite question? What's the question you want to ask him?
Okay,
go ahead.
How did you become a celebrity dentist?
She's been dying to ask you that question, man. Dying. She was like, how does he do it? How does he do it? Oh, my God.
I honestly, and most folks don't know this, I honestly don't even like the brand of a celebrity dentist. And the reason is, I got into dentistry to help folks that come from similar backgrounds as myself, I live for, the tears of joy of my patients. I live for those moments where someone thought, for the past 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years of their life that they could never have the smile that they truly deserve for whatever reason it may be, finances, fear, time, lack of need. That's really my driving factor in dentistry. And I think with that mindset, it pushed me to learn more clinically and do more clinically and really focus on quality cases and quality dental care and shedding light on areas that have been dimmed. And with that, how do you expose something? And the answer to that is influencers, So long story short, what that physically looked like, a lot of long nights just reaching out to celebs, so on and so forth, like, hey, you know, let me treat you. This is what I can do. These are my cases, so on and so forth. And, you know, eventually you get one person in the chair. Again, real recognize real. The rest follows. So the benefit of the brand of a celebrity dentist is that I'm able to expose quality dentistry to those who think they can't receive quality care. But the drawback, it also makes folks think sometimes that I'm unaccessible, or my prices are too high, or my prices are any different for, you know, my celebs versus my average Joe. Specifically, I would say my first big break, as far as connecting with an influencer, actually came from Apple Watts. You know, she's like family now, but she was the first celebrity that kind of gave me a shot. And like I said, just came back to, you know, reaching out to her on Love and Hip Hop. She had the brand of having baby teeth, so we kind of came up with a slogan, "Bye bye baby teeth." So you know, I did her full mouth rehab, and it just took off from there. I started working on a few other cast members of Love and Hip Hop. You know, they showed me a lot of love and support. And then I just start climbing the ladder. But a lot of it just came out to sweat equity, man, sweat equity.
And that's something a lot of people might not know. Like when I first met you, I was amazed at how many days you were working a week. Bruh, you work every day of the week.
Yes.
Like sun up, sundown, you get up and you're doing dentistry. So a lot of docs who take the weekend off, Saturday to go do something, even Sunday. How do you feel when you're in the office Sunday and you know other people are just kicking it? What goes through your mind, man?
In my mind, I'm kicking it too. You know, at the end of the day, I don't see work as work. Dentistry is my passion. You know, I live for this. I live for that patient in my chair that reminds me of my mom, reminds me of my sister, reminds me of you, reminds me of me, reminds me of my neighbor. So that's my motivating factor. That's what gives me joy in life. That's, you know, I firmly believe that my mission on this earth is to serve God, and to serve God through service to others, you know. And
Right.
my calling and my way of serving God and serving his people. So yeah, I work 7 days a week. I've worked 7 days a week for the last 5 years that I've been a dentist. But it doesn't feel like work, brother. And the way I honestly look at it, especially with a young king now, I have a 2.5-month-old, you know, the way I look at it, I'm just laying a foundation for him so that when we are at those ages where, you know, we can interact with one another more, I can work 1 or 2 days a week if I want to, you know? So just trying to stay hungry and humble right now and do my time and go from there. Just build a legacy. Build a legacy, you know?
Build a legacy. All right. So you touched on little man just born. I want to say we appreciate you. So we sent you a little gift. Can you tell the crowd what happened with that gift, how long it took to get to you, and what you thought it was?
And I walk into my office. First of all, I walk into my office and see a box the size of a couch in my office, and it got this foreign writing on it. So I'm thinking somebody sent me a bomb or something. Where I come from, you don't open a package if you don't know what's in it. So that package sat in my office for about a week before I opened it. I waited for somebody to hit me up and say, "Did you get a random box?" But long story short, I finally figured out that it was from you, and he got a little first G-Wagon. So I started off in a 95 Ford Taurus. So needless to say, he's blessed already.
You had already started off right, man. Yeah, me and my team, we were waiting to hear from you, and I was like, they must not have known. So let me reach out, man. I appreciate that because those
Like
red boxes, I was not expecting that gift.
packages. You
Yeah,
got
man.
a smoke signal or something.
Bro, I don't know what happened with that, but I'm glad that you got that. And again, thank you so much for that gift that you got us, man. Those red boxes, I loved them. I wasn't expecting that. What made you want to do something like that, man? That was an amazing gift.
I actually wore mine today, but no, it's again, you take care of my family, man, and I watch. You're not even just taking care of my family. Yeah, I am an influencer in the dental world, but honestly, it's docs like you that I go home at the end of the night and look at and say, that brother is making a mark in his community locally. He may not have the same limelights on the same number of followers, blah blah blah. All that doesn't matter. You truly are a change agent in your community. And again, I said that hits me on a personal level when it's my family that drives to see you as well, an hour away. So it's just a sign of respect, you know. It's a sign of respect, and it's a thank you from me on behalf of myself, on behalf of my family, and more importantly, on behalf of our community. So we appreciate everything you do for us. We appreciate moments like this where you're exposing, change agents in dentistry. And that's all it was, brother. Just a small token of appreciation. If you guys don't know what he's talking about, he has his own shoe. And I was folks to get his shoe. This is called the golden ticket. This is his own shoe. And I was fortunate enough to get one. And just a quick flash for him, just to show you how big time he is. But those are my runners. So when we need to run around the office like Sonic the Hedgehog, we throw those on and get to work. Keep going.
Hey man, thank you. I feel weird when I have to bring them out the box. My assistants act a little different when I put them on, but every now and then you gotta, like you say, you gotta run. So you need some running shoes, right, man? All right. So when we're running, we're going from room to room. We're doing so many different type of dental procedures, man. What's your favorite procedure to do? Like I see you doing full mouth rehabs, of course, the veneers. But what really touches you? What's your favorite procedure?
I'm gonna give you a clinical and a non-clinical answer. So my favorite thing to do in the office is actually talk to my patients. All right. So clinically, dentistry is like riding a bike. After a while, it becomes repetitive. You're doing the same procedures over and over, so on and so forth. But most impactful and important part of any clinical experience that I have is those first few moments that I actually get to know my patient. Because if you miss that mark, you've missed your case. You can't redesign someone's face without knowing them, and that's the beauty and the artistry of dentistry. So to me, that's the most important and the most impactful part of any interaction in any case that I take on. Now, if we're talking clinically, what do I like to do? Flip the whole mouth. There isn't that procedure that I like to do. I like to combine different techniques in dentistry to create that masterpiece that is a smile makeover. So I want to be that doc who's going to take a crown and put it next to a veneer and put it next to an implant and put it next to a bridge and put it next to even a denture. And you or the average person look at that patient and not know what is what. And that's the true benefit of it. So I like to get my hands there. I love surgical cases. I love the guts. I love turning the ugly pretty, so on and so forth. But full mouth rehab overall is what I'm in love with. I'll tell you what I don't like. I don't like dentures. I don't like dentures and root canals. So it's easier for me to say what I don't like. I do them, but I like them.
I'm with you, man. Like I've actually, because of USC, my dental school, I gained an appreciation for dentures. If you know what's going on with that patient's mouth and you know how that denture is hitting at a dentureless space, I'm excited to do it. I love to have a patient come in and we have a denture that fits absolutely perfect. And they're like, oh my God, my last dentist couldn't do it. That gives me joy.
Now, I may not like them, but I respect them.
Yeah.
Definitely. It takes a lot of talent to hit a denture perfectly. So it's a love-hate relationship. I have all the respect for dentures. I just don't like them.
We got some questions starting to come in. Everybody, if you have questions, please feel free to drop them in the comment section. First question is from Dr. Brown. Jordan Brown, how you doing, brother? He appreciates everything that we're doing. He says, what advice would you give yourself 5 years ago, Trev?
Gotcha. Cool. 5 years ago. So I was still fresh out of Howard. I graduated Howard 2016. So that's about 5 years ago now. Treat my first few years out of dental school like I'm still in school. And what that means is, when you're in dental school, though you may be in class, I mean, it's different now with Corona, but though you may be in class 5 days a week, you're still in that anatomy lab Saturday and Sunday, falling asleep next to cadavers, so on and so forth, making sure you know that head to toe anatomy. You're still grinding out studying to 3, 4, 5 a.m. If you keep that same hungry and humble mindset, at least your first 2 years out of dental school, you're laying yourself a solid foundation to be successful as a dentist. As dental professionals, we set our own ceiling. We determine how successful we are. Our success as dentists is a direct reflection of our investment and our ability to, one, treat our patients, and at the same time develop clinically. So the more you put in this dental field, the more you get out. Everybody may not have the same initial opportunities, but again, with the mindset, hungry and humble, you're going to hear me say it 1,000 times, your options are limitless as a dentist. I'll be the first to say I wasn't the smartest in dental school. I wasn't the best clinically. But what I did is I made sure I learned people and I learned patience. And everywhere that I was deficient, you know, I subscribed to YouTube University. I watched the Million CE, so on and so forth. I did what it takes to make sure I was the best version of me. There's not one area in dentistry where I think I'm the best. There's not one area of dentistry where I think I'm in the top 5. But what I will do is I'll go and identify who I think are the top 5 in each area, and I'm going to study the greats. You know, if you want to play like LeBron, you got to watch LeBron. If you want to play like Kobe, you got to watch Kobe. You know, and that's how I look at it.
And that's perfect, man. That's exactly what I would say to my younger self as well, man. I will outwork you. I might not be the best at this moment, but I will get there because I'm going to outwork you. I don't care.
I'm like basketball court, running circles until you're tired.
Exactly. Get back up. I'm going to take a little break, breathe, and then I'm going to get back up and I'm going to kick your butt. I'm going for it. So I will definitely tell myself, continue to work hard. It might be tough. It might be difficult. Dental school, Trev, you know this, they throw so much at you, and you just have to sit there, gain that information, and then all of a sudden you got to throw it back at them. All right, I get you now. But you take your time and you just work hard, and hard work pays off in the end, man. Definitely. All right, so we have more questions. One of our good friends, Dr. Mascar down in Gables, he says, Dr. Trev, always a pleasure. Our role as clinicians are to teach patients. But looking back, what have your patients taught you?
Oh, man. My patients have taught me that no two patients are the same. No. And with that, no two dental cases are the same. So the greatest thing that I take away from my patients is understanding the experience of everyone's life. You know, my patients taught me how to throw the textbook out the window and look at individuals in their specific case and deliver relative to them. So yeah, my patients have taught me my patients made me more cultured, and they taught me what life looks like from their viewpoints. They've taught me to understand people. The knowledge that I get from a heightened patient psychology and establishing patient rapport, the knowledge that I get from that has transferred to my personal life. You know, it helps when it comes to relationships. It helps when it comes to business. It helps when it comes to family, you know, just how to step back, look at someone and, you know, actually not just hear them, but to understand them.
Right.
You know? So I guess to sum that up, they've taught me most importantly how to be a more effective communicator and more importantly, a more effective listener. So I think that's the biggest takeaway from my patients. My patients have also pushed me to respect this blessing that is dentistry a lot more. You know, when we're in dental school, yeah, we know that we're doctors, so on and so forth. Yeah, we know we have clinical skills, blah, blah, blah. All that is good. But it's not until you have that first person in your chair and they hold up that mirror and they break down and you see that they're not breaking down because of what they physically see in that mirror, but they're breaking down because that self-esteem is up, that confidence is up, that belief that they can get that job or that role or that relationship may be stable now that they have. So when you see that and when you see the inner person, you know, that's the greatest lesson that you can learn from your patient. You know, yeah, that's it, man.
That's it, man. Yeah, definitely. I totally agree with you. You hit that one right on the head. I need not say more, man. Great job. Here's another question. Do you feel more pressure because you're a Black owner dentist? Ooh, that's a tough one.
Yeah, it is a tough one. Of course, there's a lot more pressure. And I'm gonna throw one more in there. I'm a young Black owner dentist. You know, my first few years out of school, and you can scroll back on Instagram and see every day was shirt and tie, shirt and tie, shirt and tie. You know, there have been those times where, hey, are you the assistant? Where's the doctor? So on and so forth. But again, that's fuel. That's fuel to go into again that golden mindset and be better and do better. You know, I love when a patient may come in and have a preconceived notion of, both myself and my abilities. And when I'm done, they're starstruck. They're like, it's that wow factor, you know. I love knocking down the stereotypes. I remember my first one of my first implant cases I did. I think I was about a year and a half out of school. It was an implant overdenture, and the patient had gotten transferred to me from another doctor. They pretty much have given up on the case. I was a difficult patient, and long story short, I did the guy's case, made this new denture, so on and so forth. And when we had finished and he tried in that final product, he was a Caucasian guy. He looked at me and he said, "Hey man, I'm gonna be real with you because I'm very transparent with my patients." So we kind of had that relationship at that point. You know, I didn't trust. He said, "I didn't trust your creed at first. I didn't trust you to work on me." But honestly, you know, I felt some type of way against your people for the last 50 years of my life, and you changed that.
Wow.
And to me, that was a moment where an initially negative situation that turned positive, and it was beyond clinical at that point. You know, I can't change everything, but as a healthcare professional, as a minority healthcare professional, I have an obligation to treat all of my patients to the best of my ability, and hopefully I can change their lives positively outside of just the clinical experience. So I try to look at those situations from how can I better this individual, you know,
Right.
have my Jesus mindset of turn the other cheek and be a faithful servant, unprejudiciously, and move onward and upward, you know. And that was the mindset there, and that's the mindset in any case that I approach. It's no different than if, you know, for lack of a better term, it's no different than if you're a police officer. You should, whether the person's the victim or the perpetrator, give them the same proper medical attention, treat them the same way, when, you know, so on and so forth. You have to treat every patient with the same level of ethics, you know.
Yes.
And hopefully, as long as I keep that mindset, my patients will take something positive away from their experience with me. And at the end of the day, hopefully that's my small impact on this global world, you know.
That's perfect, man. No, like you said, being a young Black owner dentist, when you have your patients come in, they're a little shocked, you know, and
Mm-hmm.
that's what I want to kind of normalize. Oh man, this guy is a Black dentist. No, I'm a dentist, but I am Black as well. With my name, I get a couple patients that come in here and they'll look around and say, "Oh, I was looking for a nice, you know, white Jewish man. You know, I was looking for a Goldberg, Goldstein, Go something. I saw Goldin and Joshua in front of it, so you know, I felt safe. Came in here, and it's like, all right, at this point, I have to continue to make sure you feel safe. Now we're gonna go above and beyond and ensure that you have a great time here at the office. And when they leave, it's like, oh my God, I can't wait to come back. I enjoyed the service. Your team was just fantastic. Doc, keep doing what you're doing here. I'm going to go tell my friends and tell them how great you were." And that's all I want to do. I want to kind of change that whole narrative. Like, this is
Exactly.
what your dental office can look like, and you're going to have a great time. So this is what we do.
I love it. Love it. We're not the top Black dentists in the country. We're the top dentists in the country.
Exactly. There we go. So our next question for you, actually, I want you to flex on them a little bit, Trev. I want you to flex on them, all right, bro? Talk about this practice that you're running, this monster that was opened in 2019 through COVID, out here breaking records left and right. Just flex on them just a little bit, and then we'll
Oh,
get back.
oh my gosh. As Dr. Golden mentioned, like I say, my primary practice is in Corona, California, about 45 minutes outside of LA now. The most recent one we did open in November of 2019. You know, quite frankly, since then it is over 400K offers a month.
You know how hard that, you know how hard, bro, hitting half of that, just getting 200K, that
we're
is
running,
more difficult.
running
But
7 operatories right now. Yeah, so it's beautiful, man. But honestly, it's all a blessing. And you know, everyone say, "How do you do it? How do you do it?" My greatest branding and marketing tool is not myself; it's my patients. Just take care of people. It's not about the dollar signs, so on and so forth. It's about the way we take care of people. I do that, you do that. When you come into my office, I want it to be an experience. You know, you went to a family gathering and just happened to get dentistry done. You know, you went to hang out with your buddy who just happens to be a dentist. You
It was
know,
kickback,
um,
not a crown.
and exactly. You know, your mouth may be a little numb. You may walk out with a twisted lip, but you had a good time. You
Exactly.
know, you had a good time, and that's what it's all about: creating a positive environment. Um, that's not your normal dental visit, you know, and that's what it's all about.
Yeah, for us, it's just like that. One of our highlights is the music. I love to have people go, man, what song is that? Hold up, ooh, I like how that's mixed and put together. And then you see them tapping their head, you know, tapping their feet and things like that. And I'm like, oh, you like how I put those songs together? They're like, what do you
Exactly.
mean put those songs together? No, that's my mixtape. That's my
And
music.
with the
And so
with the artists I had in my chair, I've heard so much unreleased music. I feel like I have like 30 NDAs out here.
hey man, you gotta have a good time, man. You gotta give the people what they want. Everybody wants to have a good time wherever they go. So why not the dental office? You can
Exactly.
do great service for them if you know they're enjoying themselves and they're able to come back and they understand you know what's going on. You have to keep your patients in the loop of what you're doing. Don't try to sneak something up on them. Tell them what's going on. Give them all the information. Help them out, and it'll make the world a better place, man.
I agree, man. The overall goal is just to destigmatize the industry, man, and just reinforce, especially the underrepresented populations, the importance of the mouth-body connection. You know, no one teaches us that what's going on in the mouth is directly correlated to high blood pressure, diabetes, heart attack, stroke, so on and so forth. And the biggest one for males, erectile dysfunction. You know, that's
Right?
one of the quickest ways I get my males to,
Every time you say
you know,
that,
you,
and
you
throwing them your scaling and root planing, aka deep cleaning. So
mhm.
things, man. Yes,
So yeah, that's all what it's all about, man. Just destigmatizing dentistry. There are dentists out there who aren't out to hurt you. You know, we're out to help you.
exactly. So I know you do a lot of work. What does Trev do in his off time? What's your hobbies, man? I saw today that you're on set or something like that. You're out here killing the gram. What do you do in your off time? At 3 hours off.
Honestly, I'm trying to devote more time to my son. You know, the last thing I would ever want to do in life is be an absent father. So I've been working on my family time a lot more. Outside of that, most of my time goes to Instagram right now. No one runs my Instagram account for me. It's all 100% me. And the reason I do that is I want to keep every relationship as authentic as possible. You know, you're not getting an automated reply from me, so on and so forth. I want to actually have a conversation with you, so that by the time you do get in my chair, we know each other darn already. We know each other. We know what we're doing, you know, and we're maximizing your time, but it's also more of a comfortable experience. Hobbies wise, I do have a shoe problem. I do play basketball, so on and so forth. But other than that, man, it's family and work, family and work. I love to travel. Haven't been doing as much as I used to because I am working so much. But like I said, we're building a legacy here. So you got to understand that sacrifice comes with that.
That's beautiful, man. Um, you answered, you killed it, bro. I see we're coming up to the 8:30. I promise not to keep you that long. So we're about to wrap this up. Last question, man. Like you already mentioned, what motivates. So, what do you want your lasting legacy to be? When people say Dr. Trev, what do you want that legacy to be?
That I serve God faithfully by serving his people. That I changed smiles, and the quality of that change was equal throughout all of my patients. That I may not have always had the best consequences for anything I did, but my intentions were always the best. And that's how I want to be remembered dental wise, you know. That's it, man. Just a high quality, ethical practitioner who really put his heart into this, you know. And that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about.
Bro, you killed it. As always, the man, the myth, the legend,
Would you?
Dr. Man, you are definitely my brother for life. I
Like,
appreciate you so much, man. Keep doing what you're doing, and I look forward to seeing you when the world opens back up. whether me and Cali or you down here in Florida, bro. So thank you so much for tuning in.
Brother.
If you're not following Trev already, please go follow Dr. Trev. This man is a true inspiration. He is a legend. Thank you so much, Trev.
Follow, you know, for my followers on here, follow the Golden Dentist. Again, this is my family's dentist. If you are in the Southeast, if you are in Florida specifically also, check him out, West Sunrise Dentistry. 100% support him, 100% stand by him. We use the same materials, the same labs, so on and so forth. He's just a little better looking than I am. But other than that, it's the same experience. So check my brother out. Hey, brother, peace and blessings to all of you guys.
My team loves you, bro. I
When
appreciate
are you here in Florida? Wait a visit.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me.
No problem, man. Keep changing the world. Thank you. Take
Have a
care.
blessed night. All right.
You too.